Guys, it's kind of occurred to me that I haven't for a while done a little bit of an altar update, and so I wanted to kind of share with you my altar and just kind of how it is at the minute, what it looks like. I'm going to go through certain stuff as well that's on there. So, first things first. I've got the horseshoe at the top to represent the horns of the old one. I've got my first stang that I was given. And this was actually given to me on Beltane by the old one as a gift. I asked him for a stang, and there in the clearing of the trees in the sunlight was that. So I picked that up. Developed a little bit of a stang obsession though. I have here my skull, which is used for me as a representation of the ancestors. Here we have the blackthorn hood lamp to represent the darker aspects of witchery, and I use that a lot for spirit communication, but it can also be used for hexing and cursing and protection as well. In some cases, blessing too, blackthorn can be used for. I've got the sharing bowl and the horn, which is, let me just turn the light on a little bit, wait there. Sorry, I'm back. The bowl, which is used to give offerings of normally bread, and the horn. I got this from the Mercy and Gathering, which I love this drinking horn, which is used to libate offerings of drink. It can also, the bowl as well, be used to collect blood, make powders, used to collect sexual fluids as well. It can be used for many things. It depends on what the working is. So we've got that. I have my two candles, my two working candles. I used to have candlesticks, but they just burnt like quick fire. And I'll just remove this. I've got each candle, at the foot of it is wrapped around it a ram's horn to represent the truth that lies betwixt the horns. I've got another working bowl that I mainly use for powders, crafting incenses and whatnot. I normally have my familiar's spirit house on here, but he doesn't particularly deal well with cameras and has specifically asked me to not be shown. I have my section here for the horned one, my working candle, an tine antler wand, some oak and a stone, and as well a statue of Cronus that was given to me by a friend. I have my cauldron here. I burn a lot of incense, so yeah. Witch's whisk, just made this today actually, and this is used to draw in good spirits. A lot of people use they'll use the bramble as a way to repel negative spirits, which is great for house cleansings and just cleansing in general. However, this is the opposite. This is used to draw in good spirits, and this is made out of pine. Also some Scots pine has been put in there as well. However, it can be made from sage sticks, rosemary sticks, I guess anything that kind of smells quite sweet, but traditionally I think it's sage and pine and rosemary. I didn't choose rosemary because I didn't want my house smelling like a roast dinner. Working bell of the Lincolnshire imp. I have my knife, my working knife. This knife I love this knife. And the working knife will be used for various different things, so it can be used to, whether I can get it out, it's, there you go, it can be used mainly for cutting things and carving things. However, I will use it it can also be used to send will and to send magic towards somebody that's far away. It can be used to work weather magic and sea witchery, so I will also use it for that. Broken eggshell in blood, which was for a client. Here I have a hold stone that's basically I found on the top of the horse, the famous white horse in Chalk, which is near Avesbury. And I found this hagstone and I was like, I have to have this hagstone. It's massive and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. So I have it here because hagstones are notorious for also known as wishing stones. My friend got me these from Salisbury Hill, which is a place near sort of that area actually, near sort of Avebury. Well, near Avebury, Stonehenge, in that sort of area. Salisbury Hill was basically, it's a high hill, and a lot of people believe, in fact people are almost certain, that it was used for ritualistic and ceremonial purposes by the ancients. Have a trusty little, stabby thing for rites of bloodletting. That in there is a little secret. Moon cord to knot the powers of the moon and store that, and I can use that within my craft. I can use that if I feel a spell will need a little bit more of a boost. Homemade flying ointment. Oh, dropped it. If I get it on me, I will die. No, homemade flying ointment, which is quite potent, and also some Saturn flying ointment by Sarah Lawless, also known as the Witch of Forest Grove, but known morely now as Sarah Lawless. Little cute mini mortar and pestle. If I have any little things I need to grind, I'll use those. For bigger things, I've got my trusty mortar and pestle. Over here, loads of selections of jars, of resins, of powders, loads of different things. Over here, I have my skull to represent the old one. I've got my massive cauldron. It was given to me. That's hilarious. What's just dropped? I'll show you the other item as well, and people will laugh. You can already see it. So that's my massive cauldron. I use that for burning things and burning powders. Sometimes I'll put things in there and leave a tea light at the bottom to let it cook in power. I'm so tempted to make a disgusting remark right now, but I'm not going to. Wooden phallus to represent procreation. So various gods that I will work with will like the image of the penis and will like to be symbolised by it. Not just that, it's used, just wave it around, woo. Not just that, it's used for loads of different other things, fertility spells, stuff like that. Also making just for procreating anything, so wanting anything to happen and manifest, it's good for that too. So I have those. I have my hood lamp, which was made for me. And, well, at the minute I've got some lunar stuff going on, but that's my hood lamp, which is also known as a bewitched lamp, and you can set things in betwixt the horns as a reminder of the truth lies betwixt the horns, or you can also just use it as a way to increase your witchery and increase spells that you may cast. So yeah, what else we got? We have my blasting rod, which is nasty, made by blackthorn, which I use for naughty stuff. It's got owl feathers in there, as owls are associated with darker magics, particularly in the West Country, known as owl blinking. I've got a skull there. So yeah, it's something that I've crafted. My first wand, my first sort of wand when I got back into traditional witchcraft, it's something that's very special. It's made out of oak. I have carvings there, and it's from Mastering Witchcraft by Paul Hewson, and that's the symbol that you carve in the wand. So, but yeah, that was one of my first ones. I had a very peculiar dream about that as well. I love this wand. Broom, used for sweeping away any negative energies, sweeping out bad luck or sweeping in, depending on how much someone's pissed me off. No, on a serious note, it is also used for that. It can be used for cleansing, to sweep away. My stang, which you guys have all seen before, which I love, I absolutely love. In regards to the sweeper, bear with me. Sorry, I'm putting it to one side because my spirit vessel is... I have a smaller version, smaller witch's sweeper, which I'll use. So yeah, I've got a lot more tools. Like, these aren't just the only tools I have. I have Troy stones, also known as Maisie stone. I have various different fossils for various different, purposes in folk magic. Oh, that's always really heavy. I lift weights and that cauldron just always feels heavy. I have underneath there herbs and resins and powders, loads of different herbs, a box of occasional dead things. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show everybody that as a little bit of an update, which is basically mass space, where a lot of my, almost all of my workings take place, apart from when I'm out in the woods. And here I have my triangle of art, or triangle of manifestation. So if I'm using candle magic, I may put the hood lamp with the candle within that triangle of manifestation. Powders, resins, stuff like that will be crafted. Incenses can be crafted within that triangle. Almost all of my spells I do will be put within the triangle of manifestation. So yeah. I think I've covered everything, but yes, that's my altar. Peace out.